Here are 5, count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 books that will help you if you are about to start a dental practice or you're about to buy a dental practice. They are absolute must-reads. They could also apply for general entrepreneurs. But for if you're starting a business, these 5 books are a must-read for you. Let's go. Hey guys, Smile Doc here. Just wanted to tip you off on 5 absolutely essential books if you're thinking of going into business for yourself. Now, this is going to be particularly geared towards dental students or dentists that are associates in other practices. Nevertheless, we definitely want you to have all of the information that you need so that you can make the best decision and be completely prepared when you go out on your own and start your own business. It can be particularly helpful for people who are dentists who are going to be merging and to be partners into a practice, but it's really set for, if you're going to own your own practice, these 5 books are going to be absolutely essential. As always, please guys, subscribe. I'd really appreciate that, and share this with others. And as always, just make comments below on other videos and subject matters you want me to cover, and I'm happy to do it for you. Let's start now with book number 1. If you are going into business for yourself, the number 1 book, I think is most important.
It's important.
The E-Myth Revisited by Michael Gerber. Okay, this book is awesome, life-changing awesome. Now, why is the E-Myth the entrepreneurial myth? What's the myth?
What does it mean?
And the basic concept behind this book is if you're really good at something, you often will think, maybe I should go and just own a business doing it. And you could pick anything. I think one of the metaphors in here is about a baker, and she actually is really good at baking pies, and all of her friends are like, you should go and start a business. You could make the money that this owner's making because you're so good at baking pies. She steps out, goes to start her own business doing it, and then becomes miserable in the process because you're no longer the baker, you're also the business owner, and there's a whole bunch of stuff that comes with that people don't know and can't see unless you actually own the business and are running the business. So the looking through the eyes of a business owner is a lot different than imagining what the vision looks like through those glasses. So just keep that in mind. This book, absolute must-read, life changer, really, really great for that concept. Love this book. Book number 2. Absolute must. This was recommended to me by Bill Blatchford. This is called Integrity Selling, written by Ron Willingham. You can actually find a synopsis of this, a bunch of them on YouTube. This book, to me, is a little bit slow of a read, but the concepts that are inside it are absolutely valuable. You absolutely need it, because if you're going to be owning a business, you're going to be selling. Doesn't matter what it is. You are going to be selling. So you might think, oh, I'm an oncologist and I own, a cancer treatment center. You're like, well, how do I sell this? Believe me, if patients have an option to choose, why would they choose you? Okay, you are going to be selling no matter what. And this book keeps you from being that cheesy car salesman, being that person that people can't trust. This helps you deliver things to people that people want, they're asking for, and they'll feel good about the purchase. So this just keeps a salesman honest, and I highly recommend Integrity Selling, okay? Book number 3 is called The Power of Full Engagement. This book will absolutely change your life. As you start to own a business, believe me, you're no longer going to be a 9-to-5er. You're going to be hustling in the morning before you go to work. You're going to be working while you're at work. When you're at home, you're going to be thinking about work. When you're on the weekends, on vacation, you're going to be thinking about the business and your employees and staffing and maybe clients or whatever. And so you're going to become a business owner, and you're always going to be thinking about it. And the book of The Power of Full Engagement will take you through how to manage your energy. That's what I like about it. Because if you work all the time incessantly, then you get home and it's time to spend some time with your kids or your spouse, other loved ones, whatever it is you're doing. You want to make sure that you have the energy to be your very best at each of those compartments. The book really sets you up for managing your energy. And so you have to figure out those things that are going to drain you, and you have to figure out those things that are going to recharge you. Right? And so going on a vacation, I'm telling you right now, if I have a week off and I go to Disney every single day during my vacation, and we come home on Sunday night and I got to go back to work on Monday, I am not well rested. And I am not going to be at my peak on Monday morning. Now, I love Disney, but Disney is not relaxing. It does not, for me. It might be for you. Some people, maybe that's true. But for me, I have to find my own way that I can disconnect. Sometimes it's a movie. Sometimes it's, social media or interacting with friends, going to dinner with friends, something like that. But there are things that I do that help me decompress so that when I get home, I can be at my very best. And when I come back to work, I can also be at my very best. And that's what that book's really going to be good at doing, and I highly recommend it. It is a must read. This goes hand in hand with integrity selling, but it's by Fred Joyal, called Everything is Marketing. And this you won't really find on the bookshelves. It's kind of a dental book, and so you can buy it on Amazon. You can find it, but this book really puts you in the mindset that everything is marketing. Meaning the voice they hear when they call on the phone, when they walk in the door, the smell that they smell, the sights that they see. Believe me, when they are sitting in your dental chair waiting on you, they're going to be looking in the corners at the dust or the chipped paint and all the stuff, and they're either going to get good vibes about it or they're going to get bad vibes about it. Everything is marketing, and you need to be in that mindset as you approach a business that you own. This is an awesome book. It's actually not only easy, it's kind of a fun read, so highly recommend this one. The last book number 5, which is, again, all of these are very important. This one is very, very, very important, okay? And it has to do with leadership. You cannot run a successful business and not be a great leader. Some people are born with good leadership skills, and others, like me, have to learn and read and study and practice leadership in order to be good at it. So I actually had a friend who was a physician, and they had some business issues happening at their work that were not good at all for the business. And I asked him, I was like, well, how often do you have team meetings? And he's like, never. He basically shows up at work at 8 o'clock and sees his first patient, goes home, and they sort of count on this CEO, this guy that has an MBA that they hired to run the business. And they were sort of hands off, and you can't be hands off. It's your business. If you own it, you've got to be hands on. And if you don't want to be involved in some of the decisions, you don't have to be, but then you need to be meeting with that CEO all the time, making sure everything is happening in the way that you want it to happen, and that there's accountability for that stuff. So the book I'm recommending by John C. Maxwell, The 21 Indispensable Qualities of a Leader. This is an awesome book. And John C. Maxwell actually has several books out on leadership. I recommend all of them. You should just gobble them up because learning how to be a leader is going to be so important for the success of your business. Being a leader means you're being alone. Being a leader means you're going to make decisions not everyone is going to agree with, and you have to set out and say, this is the vision that I'm taking it. You're either on board or I have to replace you. You got to have a good team, and you have to manage that team, and then you have to manage the marketing, and you have to manage all of the expenses and making sure you're staying within the numbers for your staffing and your rent and your taxes. And I mean, there is a lot to manage all the time. Being a leader is hard. It does require you to master some personal skills like time management, like organization, like task priorities, and you have to sort of make decisions that are congruent with your vision, and you have to constantly meet with your team and make sure your team is on board, that you're all rowing the boat in the same direction, that everyone is on your bus emotionally, personally, invested in the route that you are taking this ship. And so I can't say enough about leadership. It is king. And if you're not very good at it, there are thousands and thousands of books on Amazon for you to learn more about leadership. That's it. Those are my 5 books for you. If you're thinking of going out on your own, I hope that you found it useful. I have a bazillion other books that I have read on marketing, on personal fitness, on efficiency and productivity and sales. That's how you're going to get better. That's how you're going to become the CEO of your business. If you didn't major in business and you don't have an MBA, then it's time to go to work and start reading these things so that you can be the master of your own destiny, truly, and set up the life that you want through the business that you're going to run. I hope this has been helpful. Please don't forget to smash that subscribe button down there. I would really appreciate that. And I hope to see you around. We'll catch you at the next video. Smile Doc out.